It's the day of the festival. Of all days, I expected this to be the one where I'd be walking to school with Sayori. But Sayori isn't answering her phone. Oh, shit. I considered going to her house to wake her up, but decided that's a little too much. Let's just do this quickly. Yeah, there we go. Meanwhile, the preparations for the event should be nearly complete. The banner Yuri and I painted is dry, and I gently rolled it up to take with me. She sent me a pleasant text reminding me not to forget anything, and I reassured her. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki does about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over so I can spend time with Sayori and Yuri at the festival. Don't you think Sayori's more important, honestly? Come on, dude, seriously.
Husky, you're the first one here. Thanks for being early.
That's funny. I thought at least Yuri would be here by now. Monica is placing little booklets on each of the desks in the classroom. They must be the ones she prepared that have all the poems we're performing. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monica would like and submitted it. So that's the one I'll be performing.
I'm surprised you didn't bring Sayori with you.
Yeah, she overslept again. That dummy.
Dummy?
Well, I guess he's kind of looking at it as more of a joke because they're a couple now. If she left crying her eyes out yesterday, then it would not make sense for him to say something like that. He would sound like the biggest asshole in the world.
I mean, wasn't she kind of?
Yeah, but I mean, think about it. Don't you think it would be more hurtful if he said that after rejecting her outright?
I mean, I guess, I don't know.
Whatever. You think that on days this important, she'd try a little harder. Okay, that line right there. I say that, but I suddenly remember what Sayori told me yesterday. Wow. Yeah, great you have the memory of a goldfish. And I suddenly feel awful knowing it's not nearly that simple for her. You should. I only said it because it's the way I'm used to thinking. But maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all?
You should take a little more responsibility for her, Husky. I mean, especially after your exchange with her yesterday. You kind of left her hanging this morning, you know?
Don't do this. Don't you fucking do this. Exchange? Monica, you know about that?
Of course I do. I'm the club president after all.
Doesn't mean that you know everything that goes on.
Does it mean you should know? Were you, like, in my bushes or something? Like, what?
I stammer, embarrassed. Did Siri really tell her about it that quickly? That we're a couple now? I didn't really plan on bringing it up with anyone yet. Jeez. You don't know the full story at all, so...
Don't worry, I probably know a lot more than you think.
Monica is being as friendly as usual, but for some reason I felt a chill down my spine after hearing that. Oh, what? Really? I wonder why.
For some reason.
Hey, do you want to check out the pamphlets? They came out really nice.
Yeah, sure. I grabbed one of the pamphlets laid out on the desks. Oh yeah, they really did. Something like this will definitely help people take the club more seriously.
Yeah, I thought so too.
I flipped through the pages. Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own page, giving it an almost professional feel. I recognize Natsuki and Yuri's poems from the ones they performed during our practice. What's this? Oh no. Oh no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this. I flipped to Sayori's poem. It's different from the one she practiced. It's one they haven't read before. Fuck me. Oh, get out of my head, 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 get out of my head. Get out of my head before I do. I know what's best for you. Get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me. Get out of my head before I show you how much I love you. Get out of my head before I finish writing this poem. But a poem's never really finished. It just stops moving. Oh, don't do this. What is this? Reading the poem, I get a pin in my stomach.
Husky, what's wrong?
How about, here's a better question. What the fuck did you say to Sayori? This poem feels completely different from everything else Sayori's written. But more than that, I changed my mind. I'm gonna go get Sayori, so...
alright. Try not to take too long, okay?
I quickly leave the classroom.
Don't strain yourself.
Monica calls that out after me. I quicken my pace. Oh god, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. What was I thinking? I should have tried a little bit harder for Sayori. It's not a big deal to at least wave for her or help her wake up. Even the simple gesture of walking her to school makes her really happy. Besides, I told her yesterday that things will be the same as they have always been. That's all she needs, and that's what I want to give her. I reached Sayori's house and knocked on the door. I don't expect an answer since she's not picking up her phone either. Like yesterday, I opened the door and let myself in. Oh, Sayori? She really is a heavy sleeper. I swallow. I can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Woke her up in her own house. It really is something that a boyfriend would do, isn't it? In any case. Okay. It just feels right. I'm literally shaking. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on her door. Sayori? Wake up, dummy. There's no response. Really didn't want to have to enter a room like this. Kind of a breach of privacy, but she really has no choice. I gently open the door. Sayori.
There it is.
Fuck. 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 What? What the hell? What the hell? Is this a nightmare? It has to be. This isn't real. There's no way this could be real. Sayori wouldn't do this. Everything was normal up until a few days ago. That's why I can't believe what my eyes are showing me.
Oh no.
I suppressed the urge to vomit. Just yesterday, I told Sayori I would be there for her. I told her I know what's best and everything will be okay. Then why? Why would she do this? How could I be so helpless? What did I do wrong? Confessing to her? I shouldn't have confessed to her. That's not what Sayori needed at all. She even told me how painful it is for others to care about her. Then why did I confess to her and make her feel even worse? Why was I so selfish? This is my fault. My so many thoughts keep telling me everything I could have done to prevent this. If I spent more time with her, walked her to school, remained friends with her like it always has been, then I could have prevented this. I know I could have prevented this. Screw the literature club. Screw the festival. I just lost my best friend. Someone I grew up with. She's gone forever now. Nothing I can do can bring her back. This isn't some game where I can reset and try something different. I only had one chance and I wasn't careful enough. And now I'll carry this guilt with me until I die. Nothing in my life is worth more than hers. But I still couldn't do what she needed from me. And now, I can never take it back. Never. 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 Never.
Yeah, I'll never.
Please, do something different. Okay, I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is blah 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 blah, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend that you never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk together to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would blah 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 blah. Okay. I've read this before, and then it's doing that, 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 and the Achievement unlocked. Start a new game. Okay. Let's just continue. It's an ordinary school day. Like mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school. Oh god damn it! Stop fucking. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that, but I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. There's always the anime club, but it's not like I would there would be any girls in it. I'm just gonna keep hitting the spacebar until new stuff comes up. Monica?
Oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect to see you here. It's been a while, right?
Yeah, it has. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... What did you come in here for anyway?
Oh, I've just been looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers?
I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right?
About that. I actually quit the debate club.
Really? You quit?
Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like arguing about... It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it.
In that case, what club did you decide to join?
I'm actually starting a new one. A literature club.
Literature? That sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far?
It's kind of embarrassing, but there are only 3 of us so far. And it's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring.
Well, I can see that.
But it's really not boring at all, you know? Literature can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry, math. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the club room.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it's funny, right? She always insists the manga is literature, too.
Manga is literature.
I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member's a member, right?
Did Veronica say she?
Hey, Husky. By any chance, are you still looking for a club to join?
I mean, I guess so, but...
In that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but could you at the very least, visit my club? It would make me really happy. Please?
Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monica? Why did the music stop? Sure, I guess I could check it out.
Awesome! You're really sweet, Husky, you know that.
It's nothing, really.
Shall we go then? I'll look for the materials another time. You're more important.
And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. Yeah, not a very even trade. I dejectedly follow Monica across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Monica, full of energy, swings open the classroom door.
I'm back! And I brought a guest with me.
Fuck.
Hey!
Okay, that got me.
Huh? A guest?
Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Again.
Don't be mean, Natsuki. Anyway, welcome to the club, Husky.
Oh, we're just gaming the situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls.
So, let me guess. You're Monica's boyfriend, right?
What? No, I'm not. I have much higher standards.
Natsuki. He has much higher standards.
The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student.
Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual. And also kind of a bitch. And this is Yuri, the vice president. Also kind of a bitch.
That wasn't called for, but it's nice to meet you.
So I ran into Husky in the classroom and he decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great?
Wait, Monica.
Didn't I
Tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to, well, you know.
Oh, sorry. I didn't forget that. I just happened to run into him.
In that case, I should at least make some tea, right?
I got tea right in front of me, Yuri, but go ahead.
Yeah, that'd be great.
The more the merrier.
Why don't you come sit down, Husky?
Girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monica and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monica.
So I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone.
I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet, especially considering how attractive you all are. I have much higher standards. It must be hard to start a new club.
You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature or fucking with every metaphysical element of reality. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really glow this.
Glow. I made the exact same typo that I did last time.
Grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki?
Well, I guess.
Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these two. Yuri returns to the table, each carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom?
Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book?
Oh, you sure?
Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you and doing an incredibly bad job at it.
That's not.
Insulted
I'm
Yuri
doing a
looks away.
decent job. I mean, that, you know.
I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea.
I'm glad.
Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief.
So, Husky, what kinds of things do you like to read?
Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. Looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet.
Not much of a reader, I guess.
Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's giant boobs. Anyway, what about you, Yuri?
Let's see.
Yuri traces the rim of her cheek up with her finger.
My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive.
Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people.
But, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop?
Are you basically saying that they like to take my head, detach it from my body, and throw it through a hula hoop?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately.
I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a piece of garlic bread.
I'd expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality.
Is that so? Really, if a story makes me think, or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment.
Ugh, I hate horror.
Oh? Why is that?
Well, I just...
Natsuki's eyes dart over me for a split second. Why do you think I'm gonna care? How much judgmental do you think I am?
I have much higher standards.
No.
That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki?
What? What gives you that idea?
You left a piece of scrap paper behind the last club meeting. It looks like you were working on a poem called...
Get out loud! And give that back!
Fine.
Natsuki, you write your own poems?
Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care?
I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime?
No!
Natsuki averts her eyes.
You wouldn't like them.
Not a very confident writer yet.
I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart.
Do you have open heart surgery experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers.
I've played Operation before. I don't know much about open heart surgery, I'm afraid.
I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment, despite the fact we're standing.
Hey, I just got an idea. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. I thought it was a good idea.
I think you're right, Monica. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members.
You really shouldn't be using the word nurture in that sentence, Yuri.
Don't judge my vocabulary. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Husky?
Whoa. Hold the ham. There's still one problem.
What's that?
Now that we've reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. I pretty much like being a lonely virgin. I can maybe convince me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and that I lose my train of thought. All three girls stare back at me with dejected eyes.
But...
I'm sorry, I thought...
Disappointment squad.
The girls exchange glances before Monica turns back to me.
I guess I need to tell you the truth, Husky. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4. And I've been trying really hard to find new members. And if you don't agree to this, I'm going to come to your house and slash your tires.
Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the Literature Club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up.
Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Husky?
No, I lied. Bye.
Oops. You really did scare me for a moment.
Yeah, and you scared me last time when you decided to lick blood from my finger, so I guess we're even.
Listen, I said I was sorry, okay?
I mean, if you really just left after all this, I would have been super pissed. Also, what the heck? You were licking blood.
Husky, I'm so happy. We can become official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time. Okay?
Give you a great time?
To give you a great time. That sounds,
Suggestive?
hmm.
Thanks, I guess.
Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Remember, everyone remember today's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share.
Monica looks over me once more.
Husky, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself.
Yeah. Can I really impress this class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. Okay, you know what? I know this is exactly like the original, but there's one thing I never realized. How quick... Huh?
It's been almost exactly. There's been, like, minor differences.
I'm sure there's more to come. But what I was gonna say is that I never realized how rushed this act is.
I mean, it's like, I think it's because at this point, it's like, they're repeating it all.
I understand, it just, from a realistic perspective, it kind of seems like just really, like, out of nowhere. This random girl that I barely talk to just be like, hey, you want to join my club? And then you're like, sure, I'll join the club after they give you, like, fucking puppy eyes and play a Sarah McLachlan song for the fucking boombox or something. I guess I'll be on my way then.
Okay, I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait.
Oh, Jesus. The whole way my mind wanders back and forth between the three girls, Natsuki, Yuri, and, of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Probably not. Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. That's the only thing that's going to grow. Alright! I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me, because good fortune definitely found me last fucking time. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Okay, come on, come on, come on. Give me something different. Give me some... Oh!
Oh. I mean, why not?
Whoa, what is this? A dream. I was wandering an abandoned warehouse at night. I was lost, looking for an exit. I just wanted to go home. I came upon a huge empty room with ceiling and walls beyond the deep blackness. My steps were quick in order to hurry to the other side or to a wall. Anything. Suddenly, the ground was no longer beneath my feet. I stepped into a hole of indeterminate width. I fell for a good 5 seconds before crashing into warm water. Figuring out which way was up, I surfaced myself. The air was humid, and the sounds of my splashing reverberated endlessly. My vision was completely swallowed by the dark. With one hand, I could feel the damp metal wall of the container. My lungs were already getting tired. What the fuck? Okay. Great.
Okay.
Okay, who do I want to go for? You know what? I paid more attention to Natsuki in the first act. I'll go for Yuri this time.
Let's go with Yuri in the second. Anger. That's Natsuki for you.
Okay.
Pick
Philosophy.
like the big words.
Yeah, oh, right. Uncontrollable. Inferno. Portrait. Misfortune. Disaster. Disoriented. Intellectual. Shame. Infallible. Whatever the fuck that means. Fear. Heaven sent. Entropy. Incongruent. Graveyard. I mean, do I really even need to... Massacre. Judgment.
Wonderful.
Massacre judgment. Oh, that's nice.
Massacre judgment.
Oh, boy.
Hi again, Husky. Glad to see you didn't run away on us.
Don't worry, I don't really even have a fucking choice. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back to the Lurch Club. The last to come in, so everyone else is already... chilling out.
Oh, I see you didn't have a face there for a moment, but I'm glad it's back. Thanks for keeping your promise, Husky. Don't mind my face disappearing there for a moment.
No, it's totally fine. I'm used to it.
I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it.
I bet.
Yep, there's that.
Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it.
Monica.
You gotta
Layering error. Oh my god, manga.
Look at his literature.
Natsuki flops out of the back and just okay.
I'm sorry, Husky. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay?
Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance.
Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have interest in picking up a book to read.
Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now, so it only feels right for me to do something like that if you ask.
Wait. I didn't mean it like that. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess.
No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try to be a part of this club, so even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to.
Are you sure? I just feel like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you might like.
Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book.
I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read.
It's like she hands it to me and I immediately just fall to the floor because of how heavy it is.
And we could, you know, discuss it if you want.
It's like she says it's a short read, but it's got like 2,000 pages in it. There's just like 1 or 2 words on each page. That would be the most like unbearable book of all time. Like 1,000 pages and like there's 1 word on each page.
Oh my god.
This is... How's this girl accidentally being so cute? And can somebody please fix the camera?
Why is the camera being accidentally so unsettling?
She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book.
Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think.
Yes, and I look forward to... There we go. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. That doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. Can't help but notice her intense expression like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki's rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. At the same time, I feel bad for distracting her from reading. Why do you think she gave her the fucking book to begin with? I catch a glimpse of the cover of the book. Looks like the same book that she lent to me. She literally just... Okay.
You don't say.
More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Ah, crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sinks another glance at me and her eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book despite the fact she's not holding it. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable.
Oh. It's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so...
That's the book you gave me, right? Oh, God.
Don't mind my eye. It does that sometimes.
I
want to reread some of it. See, there, I grabbed my eye and put it back in place. Not for any particular reason.
Just curious. How come you got 2 copies of the same book?
Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant.
What, 2 for 1 deal?
I mean... I just happened to buy 2 of them.
I see... There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon.
I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story.
Is that so? What's the story about, anyway?
Well,
I'll look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover.
Basically, it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison. And the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. You know, very relatable subjects. But
I was gonna say.
The facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to...
Okay, this is gonna sound really disgusting. That actually sounds like a book that could be interesting.
It does sound like it could be...
I would read it, honestly.
To be honest, yeah. Oh, that might be a little bit of a spoiler.
I mean, not really. I mean, the entire description's on the back cover right here. You literally just read it from there.
But anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean.
I didn't think you...
Not the thing about the limbs.
How in the hell would I make a connection like that? That's kind of... That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came out of nowhere. What the fuck are you bitching about? I actually like that.
Sort of thing. Is it?
No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry.
I hope so.
Just
Because it
don't
gets
do...
really fucked up later on. Trust me.
Just don't do anything like that to me in real life, and we'll be okie dokie, okay?
No promises.
Okay, whoa. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different.
It's just that this kind of story... It's the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective.
Strange is sure as hell is the right word to use in this situation.
When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. Stupid, weird, scary text. I'm sorry.
Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything.
Well, I guess it's alright then. But I do feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. Where I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts.
Can I? Oh, clever.
I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much.
That's... I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. Least I can do is listen. It's Literature Club after all.
Well, that's true.
In fact, might as well get started reading it, right? Fucking
Yes.
baby ball sacks.
Don't mind the fact that I turned into, like, weird TV static things.
Why did that get me? Okay.
I mean, you don't have to, but...
What are you saying? I mean, what the fucking else am I supposed to do with this book? Use it as a fucking, like, coaster? Alright. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit it, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's.
Yeah,
Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive.
I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone.
I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. Glance over. Looks like she's reading from my book instead.
Sorry.
Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you?
I do. I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean...
To be honest, that's pretty much me in real life. Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them.
I suppose so.
Yuri gently closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. And I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page.
Here.
Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. I'm incredibly descriptive of my hand motions while grasping a novel. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're all even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision.
Are you ready
Bah.
to turn the page?
Oh, sorry. I just got a little bit distracted for a second. I glance over Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her.
You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me.
Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it on her own thumb. Hey, Yuri? This may be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit.
Eh? No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not.
Really? I was just thinking the way she second guesses things she says and all that.
Oh. That's what you were talking about. Sorry. I thought you meant something else about her.
Something else?
Never mind. We didn't even get to that. We didn't even get that far yet. So I don't know why that came into my head.
Yuri, are you doing okay? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest you for feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little,
My breathing?
Yuri puts her hand on her chest as if to feel her heartbeat.
I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water.
Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about?
Husky? Did something happen just now?
I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess.
So you don't know anything?
Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her?
Oh, no, not really. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her.
What the fuck are you implying?
Don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming.
Alright, if you say so.
Anyway, why don't we start sharing our poems with each other?
Shouldn't we wait for Yuri?
Well, she might be a while, so I just figured we get started without her. Is that okay?
Yeah, I was just asking. Seems a little inconsiderate, though. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book and then slip it in my bag. Okay. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair if I shared mine with her first. She's probably gonna fucking hate it.
Husky, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home.
What? Harsh?
What, you expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? It's literally just random words chosen from the dictionary. Do you think I'm stupid?
I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Ooh. Painful to think about, huh?
Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I'd tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again.
Fair enough. Well, each your own, I guess.
I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid.
Probably because I've already read it before.
Yeah. Told you you weren't gonna like it.
I like it.
What? Just be honest.
I am. Why are you so convinced I wouldn't like it?
Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously.
But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid.
Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it.
Yeah, I understand.
But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then make it fall apart on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line.
So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized.
That's what it means to be a pro. Glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you?
Yeah, I guess not. Decided to hear more with the last comment.
I'm back. Did I miss anything?
Not really. Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other.
Huh? Already? I'm sorry for being late.
No need to apologize. You still have plenty of time, so I'm more glad that you took all the time you needed.
Alright. Thanks, Monica. I suppose I should go get my poem now.
Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good.
He wasn't looking at me, confused. I frantically glanced at my surroundings, but my burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrolling, playing tricks on my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there. Swelling my fears, I brandish my pen. Okay. He's saying he's very freeform.
Or...
Which I'm not sure if that's an insult or a compliment.
Or just a stylistic choice.
Or just a stylistic choice, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and for Yuri. As Yuri reads a poem, you notice her eyes lighten.
Exceptional.
What was that?
Did I say that out loud?
Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face.
He's going to hate me.
For complimenting my poem. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri.
I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for?
Yuri takes a breath.
So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates that you've written a lot of poetry before.
Really? That's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really.
Huh?
Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again.
Well, I know that. I just meant,
Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly.
yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most notable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened.
Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes.
Of course,
Yeah, it seems like this is just the same stuff from earlier.
Sorry, it's fine. Please do. Read my poem. Well,
Yeah, it's the same.
terrible handwriting.
Took you time to read. It took me like 0.2 milliseconds.
Pretend I'm speaking all these lines really quickly.
Are you sure you're clicking a spacebar over there? What else would I be doing? Yuri, come on. Ugh. Guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than Oh my god.
Oh, the background. Oh. Do you see the poster in the background?
Why do you think I said oh my god? Yes.
Okay, that's what you're oh my godding about. Alright.
So if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Oh boy. Oh boy. This is just gonna be you arguing with yourself.
What's with this language?
Huh? Did you say something?
Oh, it's nothing. I guess you could say it's fancy.
Ah, thanks. Yours is cute.
Cute. Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute?
I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice.
You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all.
Well, I do have a couple suggestions.
I was looking for suggestions. I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monica liked it, and Husky did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. Pulls out the middle finger. First of all, excuse me.
I appreciate the offer, and I don't appreciate the hand gesture, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. And Husky liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it.
Natsuki suddenly stands up.
Oh. I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri.
That's not what I... You're just...
Yuri stands up as well.
Maybe you're just jealous that Husky appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours.
Huh. And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself?
No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy.
Well, you know what? I was the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Husky started showing it.
Natsuki,
Natsuki, that's a little...
this doesn't
I love
involve you taking out your own insecurities on others like that. You really act as young as you look, Natsuki.
Me? Look who's talking. You wanna be edgy bitch.
Edgy? Sorry that my lifestyle is too much for someone of your mental age to comprehend.
See? Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves as they graduate middle school, you know.
If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute? The only cute thing about you is how hard you try.
Can you guys please fix this, please?
Whoa, be careful, you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad. You already do, don't you?
Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the fuck is wrong with your head?
Yeah, go on. Let Husky hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be hell ears for you after this.
Suddenly, Yuri turns toward me as if she would notice I was standing there.
Mitsuki, fix the goddamn TV, it's...
What do you want from me? Do I look like a cable man?
Actually, yes, you kinda do.
Ah, that's mean.
She's just trying to make me look bad, stupid dog.
That's not true! She started it!
How'd I get that?
Oh my god.
Okay, no. Yo. No. Yeah, Yuri.
Yep.
Yuri.
They're like merging into each other.
What about Natsuki? Okay. No, what? Oh my god, what the fuck? Oh,
hi.
Hi, Monica. How are you doing today? How are you doing today,
Personal
Monica?
space would be very, very...
How are you doing there, Monica?
If you could just back away like a couple feet. There you go.
There you go.
Hey, Husky? Why don't we step outside for a little bit? Okay.
Yeah. Good call.
Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Some president I am, right? Can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes. But I never have it in me to put my foot down against others.
Jeez.
You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead.
Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. She quickly runs away.
Oh dear. Oh, looks like they're done.
I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it.
Yuri is rocking back and forth in her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri?
I didn't mean it.
I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki. Or did.
Natsuki, please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today.
There's something wrong with many things at the moment, Yuri.
It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget about it all by tomorrow. Completely. Anyway, the meeting is over, so you can go home now if you want.
Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monica.
You can go first, Monica. I'd like to stay a little bit longer.
I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done.
Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today.
It kind of sounds like you don't want me around for something, Yuri.
It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss something. It would just be embarrassing with you listening.
I guess I don't really have a choice, do I?
I'm sorry for causing trouble. But I really appreciate it.
Okay. Uncontrollable. Extraordinary. What? Okay. Disaster. What?
Oh.
Oh. I shouldn't have clicked that. Fleek. Something I kind of want to do right now. Extreme. Essence. Massacre. Heartbeat. Explode. Heaven sent. Unrestrained. Incongruent. Vitality. Infallible. Effulgent. What the fuck? Intellectual. Contamination. The eternity. And graveyard.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's basically exactly the same as the original. But here's what I'm thinking. My theory is this.
Maybe there's even more after the original.
Huh?
Maybe there's like even more after the original.
I'm thinking either that, or you have to play the original to unlock different things. Or maybe it's just simply that I didn't do things properly, because if you remember in the first act, even though I was going for mostly Sayori, there were times that I appealed to the others as well, by accident.
I don't know. But I did notice like some things different.
Yeah, some things are slightly different.
Things are slightly
Overall, though, it's incredibly similar to the original, but I like the original, so that's totally fine.
I like the original, so I still like this.
Yeah, so this is really good so far. We're gonna stop here because we've been recording. This video recording itself is 2 hours and 53 minutes long, and that doesn't even count the ones that we did before this. So yeah, my voice is dead. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, why not like, comment, subscribe, whatever the heck you want to do. We post a new video and a new live stream every week. Times and days may vary. I am the Husky.
Damn.
This is Dark Game Studios, and we are signing off.
We're done. We are done.